welcome the City Zen base. Here we go, here's a full story for you, written in about 5,000 characters, roughly the length Pep Guardiola had been chasing the UEFA Champions League for Manchester City ever since he arrived in 2016. He had already turned the club into a dominant force in England, building a dynasty of tactical brilliance, discipline, and artistry. But the Champions League, the prize that eluded him since his Barcelona days, remained the glowing jewel he could see but never quite grasp, until the magical campaign of 2025 to 2026. The beginning of the season. The summer of 2025 was one of transition. Several veterans had left. Kevin De Bruyne finally chose to return to Belgium, and Kyle Walker moved into coaching. In their place, Pep nurtured a new generation. The 19-year-old Spanish prodigy Alejandro Torres, a midfielder with the vision of Xavi and the energy of Iniesta, and the Norwegian defender Erik Svela, a giant at the back who looked like a new company. Erling Haaland, still in his prime, returned hungrier than ever after narrowly missing out on the Ballon d'Or in 2025. From the first group stage match, City looked different. Pep no longer obsessed about total control. He had evolved again. Instead, he built a team that could flow like water, at times patient and hypnotic, at others direct and ruthless. The group stage was a storm. They swept aside Porto, RB Leipzig and Marseille with a perfect record, scoring 19 goals and conceding just 3. The knockouts begin. The round of 16 brought Bayern Munich, and the story felt familiar. An echo of Pep's own past. In the first leg at the Allianz Arena, Bayern pressed fiercely. But City's young midfield stood tall. Torres delivered a mesmerising assist for Haaland, and City escaped with a 2-2 draw. In Manchester, under the lights, Haaland scored twice more, and City marched into the quarter-finals 4-2 on aggregate. The quarter-finals were against Real Madrid, again. For many years, Madrid had been the immovable obstacle, the kings of Europe who seemed to bend destiny in their favour. But this time was different. City dismantled them at the Etihad with a 3-0 masterclass, pressing Madrid into submission and leaving Vinicius Jr. isolated. At the Bernabeu, Pep's men held firm in a tense 1-1 draw. The curse was broken, Madrid were gone, and City were through. The semi-final drama. The semi-final was against Paris Saint-Germain, now rebuilt around Kylian Mbappe and a rising Brazilian star, Mateus. The tie was billed as Mbappe versus Haaland, speed against strength, lightning against thunder. The first leg in Paris was a thriller. Mbappe scored early, twisting past 2 defenders, but Haaland answered with a towering header. In the final minutes, Alejandro Torres fired in a stunning strike from 25 yards, giving City a precious 2-1 lead. At the Etihad, the return leg turned into a siege. PSG threw everything forward, but City defended like warriors. Ederson, now nearing the twilight of his career, made 2 impossible saves. In stoppage time, with PSG desperate, Haaland broke free on the counter and slammed home the goal that sealed a 3-1 aggregate win. The Etihad roared. Pep lifted his arms to the sky. Another final awaited. The final, City versus. Barcelona fate wrote the script. Manchester City against Barcelona in the 2026 Champions League final in Milan. Pep's past and present colliding. Barca, rebuilt under Xavi, were resurgent, with Lamine Yamal dazzling the world as their new superstar. It was a clash of generations, philosophies, and legacies. The San Siro was packed, half in sky blue, half in the red and blue stripes of Barca. The tension was electric. From the start, City imposed their rhythm. Rodri, still the heartbeat of midfield, controlled possession with calm authority. In the 23rd minute, Alejandro Torres slipped a pass between defenders and Haaland smashed it in. 1-0 City. Barcelona struck back before half-time. Yamal danced past 2 defenders and curled a beauty into the top corner. 1-1. Pep clapped, urging calm, but inside he knew this was a test of destiny. The second half was a battle of willpower. Both sides had chances, Both goalkeepers made heroic saves. In the 77th minute, it was the teenager Torres again, picking up the ball outside the box, weaving through two defenders and sliding a pass to Phil Foden. Foden didn't hesitate. He shot across the keeper and the net rippled. 2-1, City. The final minutes felt like an eternity. Barcelona pushed, corners flew in, but City's defence refused to break. When the referee blew the whistle, Pep dropped to his knees. Tears streamed down his face. City had done it. The 2026 Champions League belonged to them. Will the